Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. I go by Rachel Ray on the internet. In today's video, we are going to talk all about WIPs, like all about WIPs. I decided last year I did not do this because I was brand new at cross stitching, so I didn't have anything to share. But this year, I feel like I've started all the things. Now, the day that I'm recording this is the 20th of November. So it's a little bit early, but due to life, I won't be able to do what I expected to do, which was an end of the year WIP parade, which I'm really looking forward to seeing all of your end of year WIP parades. Please share them. I've done a lot of stitching this year, and I was looking over some of the videos that I made this year, and I believe that this year started with flosstube number 6. Yeah, and I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to keep those numbers going. I'm not going to start over at 1 for next year. I'm going to keep them going like I did last year. So if you're new here, hi, welcome. I am a little bit crazy, but in a good way. So buckle up, get yourself a drink. Mine is coming. My husband just went to go get some wine because he's making dinner tonight, which means I get more time to spend with you. So in the first portion of this video, things are going to go really quick because I have just filmed my floss tube, which happened last Saturday. So if you, which for me is tomorrow, brain, if you have not seen it already and you want to see these projects in detail, please head on over to that video first, up there, please, because I'm going to go through this fast and I'm not going to talk about the details because I want to get into the WIPs that I haven't seen in a while and that I haven't shared with you. And if you're looking for links for any of these projects, please check out my WIP list, which is linked in the description of this video. And if you're looking for any of the project bags or any other stuff, materials that I talk about, any fabric dyers or anything like that, check out the link haven, which is also linked down below. 2 different Google documents, has all the links in it. I did that so that I wouldn't have to try and condense my YouTube description box every single time. I have a lot of links, y'all. All right, so first up, let's just start with Sal's from this year. And I apologize, they are not going to be ironed because who has time for that? Not me. This is the Grimm Fairy Tales Sal by Clouds Factory. It's on Barbarall Creations 16 count Aida, and it is awesome. I really like this project. My camera doesn't like me, but it is a beautiful project. I just didn't pick it up very much. This is a lot of starting and stopping threads, which I don't like. So I didn't really work on it all that much this year. Plus, a lot of stuff got in the way. A lot of things happened this year, y'all. We had Velasano. There were all these Sals going on. 2020 has been busy. So that's a Sal that I'm working on currently. So that's why I'm not going to talk about it very much in a Love You More studio bag. Where am I going to put these once you know what? I'm going to put them in my lap until we get the bag ready. All right, next up is, and I showed this as well, the Peppermint Purple Year of Blackwork Sal, which is on 14 count Aida, white Aida, and it's a free stitch along. The last one was not. This is what it looks like, and I just have the bottom row to go, and then the year is finished. Isn't that beautiful? Complete black work. I love all the patterns. I think it's an absolutely fantastic stitch. It is so relaxing, and it's only one little block each time. So very easy to keep up with. Have loved that project this year. Another Sal from this year was the Letters from Hogwarts by Stuart Cunningham of Cunningham Cross Stitch. And this is on 28 count Flagstone from Crafty Kitten. fabrics. And this is what it looks like. I think you can kind of see it. I haven't really gotten much done on this project, to be completely fair. Just, yeah. I show it in more detail, and I talk a lot more about it in my last floss tube, so please check that out. And if you're watching this in December or after, I highly recommend going back and looking at it, because I have feelings. And there's a reason. It just, you know, I don't know what it was about it that just turned me off to the point where I was like, I don't know if I want to keep going. Thank you.
Your Majesty.
Cheers. The delivery has been made. But that's good. We'll see how many of those happen this evening. Right. Okay. So yes, that one I did not work on very much this year. Not as much as I anticipated. I'm not giving up, but it just I didn't grab it that often. Then we have my most recent stitch along, which is the Dark Queen of the Seas, which I am loving. Isn't that amazing? Oh my gosh, I love it so much. So this is from Autumn Lane Stitchery. It's called the Dark Queen of the Seas stitch along. Hashtag it's not a mermaid Sal. Hashtag Team Squid Queen. I love it so much. It is a beautiful fabric. It's a beautiful chart. It's very easy to read. It is a lot of stitching, and there are drops once a month, beginning of the month, and I'm really loving it. Really, really loving it. I love the fact that it's just one big piece. And so, yeah. Can't say more about it. Have a look at the floss tube if you want more details and information, because there's a lot more that I just talked about with it. But since this is a WIP parade, you need to see all the WIPs, right? All right, so that's the WIP basket. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. I've got all these baskets you can't see. Next up, which I also showed more in depth, was my Soul of the Rose Heaven and Earth design, which is a max color, 125 colors. And if I have to, I will put in a picture. But basically, I am on row 1, and I think that's pretty good. Considering, I think I started this after my birthday, maybe in March. Majority of this stitch was done in June and July for Velasano. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Love it. Amazing. And so much fun to work on. I use Pattern Keeper for that, and it makes it so much easier and faster to do. So for that, I am thankful. Let's look. Here is my newest WIP, which is Bendy Stitchies Trimming the Tree. Bendy Stitchy Designs. A cute little Christmas stitch that I'm doing, and I'm currently still on the snowman there, so you know, yeah, and it's puckering a little bit because I'm working in hand, so I'm gonna have to fix it, but it's a first for me. I'm doing this on 32 count Jobelan, dyed in the color Sunlit Water by Crafty Kitten, and it is beautiful fabric. Absolutely lovely to hold, so that's why I'm holding it in hand and not putting it in a hoop or in a Q-snap. So that's just my little mini Christmas stitch that I'm loving. Bendy Stitchy Designs. You can find her on Etsy. All right, and I think that is all for current WIPs, as in like projects that I have out in my living room that I work on during the week. So are you ready to get cracking? Here's the real part of the video. And I promise I'll go into way more depth now. So, a lot of these I haven't seen in a while, so this is gonna be fun. First up is a Mill Hill kit, and I apologize for crinkling and zipping and stuff, but there's a lot to show. So this is a Mill Hill holiday ornament, H8 stocking it's called. Looks like that. And, I need to finish this. Look at that. It's a perforated paper. How do I, hang on. It's hard to show you in low light, but this is it. I've got half the stocking done. Not even really half. If you put the picture next to it. It's halfish. It's cute though. I need to finish this. This is another reason why I wanted to bring these out, because I am leaving to go back to Virginia for a few weeks. I'm not entirely sure how long I will be there either. I want to look at my WIPs so that I know which ones that I have that I could take with me, potentially, to keep me company while I am there. Spending Christmas with my family. Okay, so that's the Mill Hill kit, and that was given to me as a gift from a subscriber, so thank you very much. As was the Soul of the Rose kit, or the chart, rather. Next up, oh my gosh, is this Dimensions baby quilt. I don't know what I was thinking, y'all. I haven't touched this since Mania. A lot of these are Mania starts. I don't know. It's a lot. And it's really big as well. So, where did I stitch? I stitched there. I think I did all the eyeballs. Yeah. Can you see the eyeballs and the noses? Aren't they cute? But that was a whole day of stitching. Well, I wouldn't say a whole day, but that started to take a while. And basically, the way it works is that there are X's here, just X's, no symbols. And then you look at the pattern and you decide, look at the pattern to see what colors go on those X's. It's very interesting. It's also very labor intensive. At this beginning, I was trying to hide the stitches in the back, but then I got lazy and I was like, no, because I'm just gonna cover the back with fabric when it's done and either do a whip stitch or sew it and do a whip stitch or something. I don't know, but it's very big. A lot bigger than I fully appreciated when I purchased it, you know, because this was intended for my nephew and he's now 3 months old. So, fail. That's all right. I should bring this out, but I certainly cannot take it with me. That's not happening. Ah. Okay, let me go for the furthest reach one. This one. This is how I store my, if you're interested, this is how I store my scroll fraud projects in a pillowcase. especially this one. This is my Mirabilia called Miss Cherry Blossom. I wonder where are her flosses and stuff. Totally forgot. Totally forgot where all that stuff was. Okay, so here it is. Miss Cherry Blossom by Mirabilia. This was a gift from Linda of Linda's 144 Hobbies, and it is just gorgeous. So I have all the floss here, and all of the beads are actually stored, so because I'm going to do them last. I haven't touched this in a long time. It's been a little while because life, I guess, but I need to get it out again because it's so beautiful. So on this fabric, I don't want to undo it too much because I can see there's a strand there hanging down, but I've gotten almost all of the obi done and the ribbon down below. This fabric is from an Etsy seller in Italy, and I have the information in my WIP list if you want to check it out. And yes, I'm aware that the thing on the scroll frame is broken down there. I just need to fix it. It came like that. So that's what happens with international shipping, I guess. I really, 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 really like this piece. I think sometimes I'm afraid to take it out because I'm worried about, or I was worried about stitching on linen. I was not comfortable at the beginning of this year to stitch on linen, and now I feel much better about doing it. So I will absolutely work on it more in the next year. But I will not be traveling with it because it's too delicate. And there are too many flosses. Just too many flosses for me to work on for that one. So we have Miss Cherry Blossom. That is not a WIP. That's Beach Dance. Lindy Stitches. What's next? Oh yes. Oh yes. I haven't touched this in a long time either. This is called Sisterhood by Stitch Sisterhood on Etsy. Beautiful chart. I love it so much. It's doing this for Diversity and Inclusion, Sal. Hashtag Representation Matters, Sal. We should care more about all the skin types, all the cultures being represented in cross stitch. Isn't that beautiful? This fabric, I'm pretty sure, I wrote it down, didn't I? I had to have. I thought I did. Midnight Roses by Crafty Kitten. This is a 16 count Ada. It's beautiful. It really comes up in this light, in the evening light, better than I think it did in the daylight. So yes, that's always a good thing, especially since I feel like I'm struggling with the light right now, but hey. And I love this bag from Lovey-More Studio Co. Or Lovey-More Studios, rather. They've changed their name. Next up is behind me. I have two. This one, and here's two. I'll show you this one. This one is the start of the Chinese Zodiac Sal Stitch Along by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This is now complete. You can get the entire chart. It's no longer a stitch along. And basically it's got all these beautiful little animals from the Chinese Zodiac that surround this centerpiece. And then it has 4 corners that are fans, and they're beautiful. And if you'd like to see it finished, or actually nearly finished, not totally complete, I don't think she's posted a video of it yet, is Heike at Stone Cold Coffee Crafts. She is a monogamous stitcher, and she finishes her sales. I got this far, and I got to the feet of the mouse, and then realized that I didn't have a lot of the flosses. So I actually have them coming in a box from Jessie very soon, but that's as far as I could get. So that is that, and all the flosses should be in here. I don't think there's any other. What fabric is that on? That is from Pole Stitches. Haha. Pole Stitches Heirloom, 28 count Brittany Lugana. And I look at these now and I think, you know, when I started this, I really found this difficult, and now it's going to be a breeze. And that is the wonderful thing about trying new things. So I'm really happy and excited to keep stitching on that as soon as I get those flosses. Something we haven't seen in a really long time. And I'm talking a really long time. If you can tell, this is my Galaxy Floss Buddy from Bags Plus, and it goes with my Galaxy Unicorn, which was a gift from my very good friend Mrs. Crochet and Coffee here on YouTube. And she purchased this, it was a PDF pattern for me. That pattern I can no longer find. Maybe the store changed its name, I'm not sure. The fabric is Galaxy by 18 count Opalescent Galaxy by Mystic Fabrics. Isn't it beautiful? So I am completely finished from here over, but I'm still filling in all of this, obviously, and there's feet as well. I had a really hard time doing this. It's difficult. I learned that I don't like 18 count while doing this project. I messed up on the thread, the flosses here. Realized that this color and this color were supposed to be the same, and you can definitely see there's a difference there, but I'm just going to make it work. So that was my fault. That's all correct now though. And there's just a lot of confetti in this, obviously, because it's a galaxy. So it is confusing. But since putting this down, Pattern Keeper has come out with a PDF reader that will be able to read that chart. And I will pick it up again. I have contemplated bringing this one with me to Virginia because it will be something that I could do. And maybe if I give it the amount of time that it needs to be finished, then I could finally be finished and put these flosses into my stash because I need these colors in my stash. But anyway, it reminds me of my very good friend Mrs. Coffee, and so I am looking forward to working on this more next year, for sure, if not in December. I will have to take it off that scroll frame though. That was a gift as well. I'm so blessed. So many wonderful people out there looking out for me. Thank you. Okay, next up, let me just keep that with the flosses. That's my little symbol guide. I'm going to go from the table. This one was also a Mania start, I think. And I did this while talking to Jessie, and we watched Monty Python together while I stitched this. It's called, let me just take it out of the plastic because it's just going to be glare. It's called Sheep Heap. Sheep Heap. So I hope you can see that. It is so cute. Really cute. I love all the blackberries and strawberries. I think that's what they are. And there's a little bee. It's super adorable. I love the stack patterns, and I have a few of them. One of them I'm going to be starting soon. Can't be talking about that in the WIP parade though. But I would like to work on this more. It's on 28 count Oaken by Picture This Plus. laugh at me. That's the fabric that is called for. And I'm using the called for specialty flosses from Weeks Dye Works. And that is as far as I got. That's it. Yeah. Not a great start, but hey, it was mania, so you alright, doggo? Go lay down, please. It was Stitch Mania, so I only had one night to work on it. I only worked on it a little bit and then I put it down because I had a problem of starting too many WIPs. I know. Looking back on it now, what on earth was I thinking? Dunno. I have a problem. I'm not looking for help. So that is Sheep Heap by Plum Street Samplers. And, oh, and that belongs to this bag. I got these bags at a local stationery store, but you can also get them on Amazon, and they're really cheap. They're super durable. I got them because of Mania. In hindsight, I could have just used Ziploc bags because I wasn't touching them again for a long time, but I'm sure they'll be good for something in the future. Distant, very distant future. Do I have a picture? I don't have a picture. I'm going to hold the fabric really far away from the camera. This is Wellies, the Frog and Umbrella with Wellies from World of Cross Stitching magazine. It doesn't say what issue it is. This is a Fabi Riley, I think. Yeah, it must be. Talking about her specialty stitches. Is it here? On this page? It's been a long time since I saw this. No, it just says Frog and Wellies. I don't remember which book it was in. I'm really sorry. If I can find out, I will let you know. And this particular start was made on February 2020 limited edition Crafty Kitten 28 count Lugana. It's so cool. That is true to color. So I got the frog. Oops. The frog and a part of the umbrella done. And I think I worked on this in hand. This frog is done with a new DMC color called Pistachio, number 16. And it is really bright and really pretty, and I like it a lot. I'm a huge fan. It's a quick stitch. I was thinking about bringing this one to Virginia with me. I don't have all the flosses for it, so it would be a good opportunity to take it with, and then I can buy the ones that I need over there. Next is the cherry blossom tree. Yes, this one was an impulse buy from That Floss Boss on Instagram, or Natalie Stitches on Etsy. It's called Cherry Blossom. It's just a cherry blossom tree. It's really, really pretty. It's got falling petals. I substituted 3 colors because I didn't have them, and I used Vintage Violets by Crafty Kitten in 16 count Ada. And I just got the trunk of the tree done. That was all. Just that bit. The rest of it is all confetti. So I gridded the fabric and I did the trunk of the tree for that first day. This needle minder was one that I had in my shop. But alas, no more. So that was another Mania start. That's what I have. And now I have this big old bag. All right, got the Tesco bag out. Mean business. And I believe that these are the rest of my WIPs. Yes, these must be the rest of my WIPs, and then that's it. That's all I have. So I'm not doing too bad, but still, it warrants its own video, right? Yoga corns. Hashtag yoga corn Sal. Really need to do this. Really need to do this because this is a Sal with my friends Jessie and Heike, Mislaid Pages and Stone Cold Coffee Crafts here on YouTube. I'm using a printed Galaxy fabric from Etsy, and it looks so good. It's been a while since I've looked at it. And so where I am now is just on that. I've finished the middle unicorn with all the back stitching and everything. This is a pain in the arse, I have to tell you. But it's beautiful. It's got 3-4 different Krynics in this one unicorn. There are 3 levels of back stitching. I haven't finished the back stitching. There's 2 more waves of back stitching to go on this thing. And then I'll move over to one of the other ones. I think I'll leave the one that's standing on its head for last. Love it. This is a friendly reminder to Heike that you have to keep going because you got all 3 and said you were going to do all 3 patterns. Yep. Not me. But yeah, look at this. This is all the Krynics Heike sent to me because I couldn't. Oh no, that's not a good thing. I couldn't source them here, so they are beautiful. But that is the one thing. It's Little Room in the Attic. Maria Demina on Etsy. Little Room in the Attic on Etsy. Crazy talented cross-stitch designers, but holy confetti. Holy confetti. So that is a WIP. I will not be taking that one with me because it is too complicated. Too complicated. Okay. Aha. Next up is, let me just take it out of the plastic because of the glare. This one is Long Dog Samplers, The Pilgrim. Dare to dream, the completion of my labors leaves me with a joyful heart, is what it says. And I love it because it has all of those animals. I mean, come on. It is 305 by 367 stitches. It is big. So I purchased a half a yard of Mystic Fabrics Nothing in 32 count linen. And I'm using Mrs. Sadis silk in Peacock. I got 2 hanks of it. And that is what we are looking at so far. It looks really small when you hold up the whole piece of linen. It's going to take up quite a bit of this. Almost all of it. I know that I have a lot of extra at the top, but it's completely centered, so I'm fine. I might travel down the side just to make sure, but I may take this one with me because it's only a single color. And I have the pattern in Pattern Keeper. It's really enjoyable, but I am going to make a change to it. There are areas of back stitching which are on solid areas, like right here, which you cannot see. It looks like I messed up the stitches. So I'm going to use black 310 there in a single strand when it's like this. And then when it is on the fabric and you can clearly see that, I'll keep it peacock colored. But you know what I mean? Like if it's in a sea of peacock, then I need it to be 310. Or maybe I'll get like, I don't know, a Dinky Dice maybe like that. You can't see. What color is this? Dinky Dyes in Black Sand Beach, maybe? That matches this, and then that way I'm using silk on silk. Any whoosie whatsies, that is my progress on the Pilgrim so far. Loving it. It's even more beautiful up close in person. And then, you know, you're using this beautiful floss. You can find Mrs. Sadis on Etsy. She does, if you contact her by message and you ask her for something that isn't in her shop, she will absolutely get it for you. No problem. She's very quick on shipping and dyeing, so don't be afraid. The only thing I'm afraid of is the size of this fabric, so I am nowhere near done. This is why I don't need to do new starts, because I have plenty to work on, but I just really like changing it up sometimes. And this is in my Caroline Off the Grid Needle Arts bag that she gave me as Stitchy Kindness. Thank you so much, Caroline. I'm so happy to keep one of my favorite projects in one of your bags. So that is that one. Next up is the Drawn Threads Trick or Treat. This is such a fun stitch. Very prim. Kind of unlike me, but I love it. 2 pieces. This is 1/2 on 32 count, and it's on the called for linen, which is 32 count dirty Belfast. And instead of the dinky dyes, I've done a Weeks Dye Works conversion. Wow, it looks really good in the dark. I think you've seen this before. If you haven't, I apologize. But that's as far as I got this year on it. I don't know. That's just as far as I got. Go lay down, please. Go. It's really, really fun. Really fun to do. I just need to remember that I need to get the buttons for it. But yeah, I use Weeks Dye Works instead of Dinky Dyes. And the shop that I got this from, the shop was the Silver Needle in Tulsa. And they told me that they didn't have the Dinky Dye set. So they actually did the Weeks Dye Works for me. And it's awesome. And I am currently using a My Cottage No. 9 bag. She was talking about bringing these to her shop, and I love it. Absolutely. She's going to make A4 size so that we can fit our patterns inside. So that's really awesome. So that's that one. One of my Halloween stitches. What have we got here? What's this one? Oh, yes. This is my measly start of another Hade. This is Randall Spangler's Trick or Treat. And it's basically just a haunted house with a bunch of dragons coming, and I'll put a picture on the screen because this is a terrible printout anyway. This just came with the flosses, but this is a mini. It's just a mini. It's not max color. It's not a full design. It's got 89 colors, and it is on 28 count, easy count Brittany. I'm doing this 1/1. Full cross, but I'm going to change that to 2/1 tent stitch because Otherwise, I'll never finish because I don't like doing full cross for these, I've found. I discovered that while stitching this. So this is the fabric, right? And that's my start. So that is the bottom corner. I'm going to fold it now so you can see where we are. I park, so that's why there's threads every which way. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. I don't like the full cross, so I am going to move to 10th stitch once I'm finished. Yeah, parking those or putting those, locking those up and starting with 2 strands over 1, because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because of the type of fabric it is or the size of the needle. But this is a lot smaller than my 25 count, and I don't like the full cross on it. Just don't like the full cross on it. So I think I'll like 2/1 tent instead. That one is probably going to go away for a little while because I know I was silly even starting it, but I really like the picture. I do. I like it a lot. Okay. Leave that and just move it to other bags. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, I love this one. So this one, more wine. Are you drinking? Are you joining me? I hope so. This one, oh my gosh, it's an actual book. Like I should have this bound. Northern Expressions Needlework Twisted Rainbow Sampler with the specialty stitches. So the cross stitches are the flowers and the butterflies, and then the bands in between are specialty stitches. So I had to frog and fix a mistake, which I have still not finished. It's just hard to see. This is my first piece on black. I'm going to keep it up like that because there's no point in getting any closer. You won't be able to see it. But at least I'm almost finished with the full crosses, and then I can work on specialty stitches. I think this is torture. Beautiful torture. But I do not want to do it on white because I think the effect will be lost. When I look at the pictures of this finished on black and on white, I prefer the black one. So even if it takes me a million years to finish, I'll keep doing it. If you're thinking about starting it, check out my friend Jessie Mislaid Pages on Etsy. She has the Dinky Dye Silk Pack for this kit. It saves you a lot of time and trouble and even a little bit of money, so I highly recommend it. She can do stuff like that for other things too, so if you have other things you need to kit up, ask her. She'd be happy to help. Right, Jessie? Okay, what else is in here? Oh, yes. Yes. This is my Riolis Unicorn. PT0024. Look at that. Oh my gosh. This was my auction win from Michelle Bendy Stitchy's channel. She was raising money for charity on her auctions. I did manage to put my flosses on a floss organizer, but I did not continue stitching on it since the last time. But it looks like this. It's a printed Ada in 14 count, I think. Yeah, that's 14 count. And I started in the middle, so I started with the belly. That's the belly of the unicorn right there. And I apologize again for the wrinkles and stuff, but I think you can see that. This is a lot more complicated than I thought it would be. There are blends, there are different combinations of how many threads to use for certain areas. It's a lot. It's a lot of reading and comprehending. So you have to be awake for it. You know what I mean? And a lot of the stitching that I've been doing in the past few months, and I'm guessing because it's 2020, is stitching that I don't have to think about a lot. I kind of wish that it had been stamped, but even then, like, it just, because there's a different combination of the number of threads and things like that, I don't think that it would have worked if it was stamped. But you know what I mean? Like, it's not as relaxing as I thought it would be. But that's okay. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Righto. Ooh, here's one that I haven't. This is the 805 Stitchers bag. So cute. I'm always in a Halloween mood, so yeah. This is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery's Midnight Way Stitch Along. I have not finished. It's so pretty. The fabric is just insanely gorgeous. I am now on the bookshop on the left side there where the needle minder is. I love it. I love it. It's so cute. And then at the very bottom, there's a sign that says the Midnight Way, and it has Frankenstein heads. So adorable. But again, that's a lot of starting and stopping of colors, so we'll see about that. I might bring that one with me because it could get finished while I'm over there. Though I think I'll be more in a Christmas mood, so I don't know. All right, and then there's two more, I think, and then that should be it, I think. Right? Yes. Wow. That was a lot quicker than I thought it would be. All right, so let's look at this one first. This is another Bags Plus bag, beautiful trifold. And this one, I'm thinking about calling it quits on, but there is one more that I want to stitch, which is the moose. This is the Woodland Creatures Mystery Stitch Along. Isn't it cute? It's a little bear. There we go. It says Christmas 2020. There's also a little moose that I want to do over here. Just so cute. And I love this fabric. This fabric is Helix by Picture This Plus in Opalescent. And I believe it's a 32 count. Yeah, those stitches are very plump. So it's a 32 count using the called for DMC flosses. And I just think it's super adorable. Yeah. I wanna do something special with them. Maybe I'll bring it with me. Not sure how I feel about taking it with me because I have other things that I want to bring with me. I'm thinking about bringing my Hade, my Soul of the Rose, because once it's set up, it's just, you know, sit in one space and stitch for a few hours, you know. But we'll see about that. And then the last thing. The last one that I have is just in a Ziploc bag. I think this buddy might come with me too. This is something I found at Michael's, I think. It's a hummingbird bookmark. I thought this was for beginners. It's not. They gave me a piece of linen, which has slubs, huge slubs in it. Not very beginner friendly at all, really, actually. Nope. Not even a little. And I got highlighter on it. I misplaced stitches, had to rip out. It was a whole hot mess. This is the project that made me scared to stitch on linen because I was like, well, I can't do it on that. I'll never be able to do it. Well, guess what? Not that I like linen or even weave any better than Ada, but like I was seriously having a really hard time on this. Another reason that I'm having such a hard time is that they don't give you enough fabric to like be able to hold it, you know? So yeah. Also, the way they classify threads. They don't give you DMC numbers, and they don't mark them. So I had to make my own floss chart. Made my own floss chart and guessed at the colors. I think I did okay. But yeah, it was just a headache. I also, the chart itself, like the pattern, is just the back of this. It's so small that it's hard to read, so I had to enlarge it on my printer. Don't recommend these for beginners. Nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't go out there and buy these for people for Christmas. Please don't. Or whatever holiday. Like, just don't. No, thank you. And that has been floating around in my living room since the beginning of the year. Okay, and that's it. That is all of the WIPs that I have as of today, the 20th of November, 2020. It'll be interesting to see the projects that I start before and what I get done before the end of the year. So yeah, and then just as a reflection for next year, I think that this year was really difficult for a lot of reasons, and I think a lot of people will understand what I mean when I say that 2020 was a dumpster fire of a year. And so a lot of us coped by purchasing a lot and starting a lot of new projects, because why not? It's 2020, you know? You could blame everything on this year, but a lot of great things happened this year too. We learned the importance of the skills that we have as cross-stitchers and makers, that we are very patient and we're able to adapt pretty quickly. I'd like to say a lot of us, we definitely know how to stash and hoard. I haven't even gotten into the stash thing. Is anybody interested in seeing like what's in my unused stash? Because yeah, we'll see about that. But because I don't want it to sound like bragging either. I mean, it has been a heck of a year. But I've learned a lot about myself this year, and I know what I can accomplish. So I'm really looking forward to 2021 and maybe getting some of these things done, you know? So yeah, I am stoked to see what you all worked on this year and see where you're gonna go next year. Please let me know what you're most excited for, or what your favorite work in progress is or was this year. I'd love to know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you all really soon in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye!